people! Hola, aloha, ciao, salut, ni hao, namaste, ohayo, yagasma, здравствуйте, привет, buna, dzień dobry, sziasztok, hello, sin ciao, yobosio tere, salam alaikum, sasiyaka, marhaban, merhaba, shalom, and haberi. Welcome, my name is Brunel. That was my intro, the international greeting, trying to make everyone feel as welcome as possible on my channel. And I'm also fascinated by languages. I absolutely love them. So it's a new eyeshadow palette from Sleek Makeup or Sleek Cosmetics, and it is the Colour Carnage. This is the packaging. Before I get into the eyeshadow palette, today is the anniversary of 75 years of D-Day, and it is really in remembrance of those who lost their lives and those who have sacrificed in the pursuit of freedom and against tyranny and fascism and so on. So it is a somber day to remember those and their families who were left behind to deal with those losses. And if you have got a family in the army or in the service of any, either in the past or currently, then really my thoughts are with you and how difficult it is, because it is unimaginably difficult for those who were left behind to to deal with those losses as the world carries on. So, and we live in difficult and strange times now, not to get political, but it is the world that we live in. So for me, I support that. And so if you are affected anyway, and whether you've got family members or not, you ought to be if you live in this world, as far as I'm concerned, then yes, it is a time to take a moment out of our lives to just pay homage and to pay respect to those who have passed away. So with that being said, let's get into the video itself. To give you a little bit of information about the eyeshadow palette, it says here at the back of the packaging, go bold or go home. This palette has all you need to get creative: 6 mattes, 5 metallics, and 1 duochrome shade in a dairy mix of brights and neutrals. The 12 finely milled super blendable shades provide full intensity color with a minimal fallout. Okay, we shall see. Allowing you to create a look that pops. No, so it says. Direction for use, not that I need to, but that's what it says here. I'm going to read it out. Get creative and blend contrasting colors together for a daring, bold look, or mix shimmers with our neutrals, matte shades for an everyday glam. So exclamation mark. So that's what it says. Without further ado, so that we can get going, I'm gonna try. They haven't got any names on them, they've got just numbers on them. I am trying to pick the right let's see, trying to find okay, I'm gonna go for this one, slightly pointed. It's a Morphe brush. It's one of the cheap Morphe brushes, hasn't got a name on it, but it's slightly fluffy but also pointed. And what I'm going to do is, oh no, I haven't got an eyeshadow base. Ooh, naughty. Okay, so this is the P. Louise eyeshadow base in shade number 5. So I'm just gonna plop that onto my lids very quickly. All right, eye base in place. So I'm going to start off with the bright orange, and it probably won't work out, but that's the way it goes. So I'm just going to pack that on. I'm just patting it very gently. Ooh, okay. All right. Okay. I'm just patting that. One little pat, and I'm just going to put more in. I'm literally just putting it on. Right, it says not much fallout. There is bit of fallout, but I'm just gonna let's see if I can just pack that on into my crease. Hopefully you can see I've changed the lens as well, so hopefully you're not too far. It is quite pigmented. So I'm just going to carry on packing that into my crease. There isn't much fallout once you apply it to your eyelid. There is a little bit of fallout when you're using the brush and you're trying to get the product onto the brush in the palette itself. But it's not excessive at all. It's nothing to worry about. So far so good. I'm going to move on to the next shade, which is the bright yellow. This one here. And this one is very pigmented, picks up really well on the brush. I'm using a different Morphe brush, one that's slightly bigger and more fluffy. Again, unfortunately no name for it. And what I'm going to do is just very gently start going above the orange and just gently buff that yellow in and blend the edges. And hopefully this look is going to turn out okay. So I need to go back in and build it out. Right, that one took a little bit of time to blend it in, but not too much time. Probably a couple of minutes of blending to try and make it look a bit more kind of graduated. I'm not too sure how this look is going to work. I'm crossing my fingers it works out. So I'm debating whether to go for the brown, and automatically I want to go for the brown in this palette, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to go for the green in here and the matte green shade here. This green here. And I'm just going to concentrate that on the outer corner of the eye. Ooh, picks up quite a bit. There's really actually not too much fallout. I'm just dabbing it, the brush in there very gently. And I'm using the Zohiva 239 brush. And hopefully the color scheme is going to work. And I'm just going to pack that on the outer corner of the eye. And I can hear my, I do apologize if the lens is sort of trying to zoom in and zoom out at the moment, so do apologize. That is pigmented. Oh yeah, I'm quite happy with this one. I'm just going to blend that slightly, about halfway across the lid. Going back in with the original brush that I used for the orange shade, and I'm not putting any new products in there. I'm just going to gently try and blend everything very gently. You do lose the intensity of this green if you actually are not careful, and you have to pack it in and then basically almost leave it alone. So I'm just blending the outer edges very gently. Now for the shimmers, I'm going to go first of all with a very bright shade that I'm not used to at all. And that's going to be the bright yellow above. This yellow here, shimmer yellow. Well, I don't know. I'm thinking this might not work, but we shall find out. I'm going to try with a dry brush first of all and see. Ooh, you do pick up quite a bit on a brush. Oh, okay. And let's try it. I'm going to apply that to the inner. Ooh, oh, you see that? Oh my God. Yes. Let me try my finger. I'm happy to use my finger and apply that. Yeah, I'm not too sure that it works that well with using your finger at all. We should try it with a wet brush. Ooh, oh, holy mama. Yes, yes, this is how it worked. Oh, yeah. And with my finger again, I'm now going to go in with the purple here and apply that on the outer corner. It's not picking up a lot on this at all. Yeah, that's not really doing it for me. So we'll try it with a brush instead. Okay, I'm nearly done. I'm going to reserve my thoughts to the final. I'm going to go off camera. I'm actually shooting 2 videos today, or 3. And so I'm going to do that, but I'll come back to you with my face all done. Underneath, I'm just going to put the orange first, and I'm going to blend the green closer to my waterline, do the usual mascara, eyeliner, and so on. And then I'll give you my final thought. So I'll see you very shortly. All right, people, this is my face all done. I am finished. Now, would I recommend this eyeshadow palette? I have to say, be honest, and it's more of a no. It is a bit of hard work. Yes, you've got the browns in there, but to be honest, the browns in neutral shades, so you can get them in any other colors, in any other palettes. Sleek, I've got a huge amount of palettes out there which are really fantastic. So for me, I kind of discount the browns in this eyeshadow palette. The orange is quite pigmented, but obviously they'll work better if you pack them on rather than actually trying to blend them as you go along. You kind of pack them on, and then you're really super gentle with what you're blending, and it works better that way. If you do it the other way around, you basically lose a lot of the pigmentation and you know, the vividness of the colors. So it takes a bit of work. And now the shimmers themselves, the one, to be fair, I only used the 2. The yellow was actually a lot easier to work with, and if you're going to buy this palette, then yeah, it works better in my experience with using a wet brush. The purple was actually a lot of work. Even off camera, I had to really go back on top to try and intensify the color, and it still wasn't quite right. And honestly, I'm not impressed by the purple at all. So I'm just going to quickly swatch the other shades in here. I'm going to swatch the green. That's the dark green. So this one is actually really soft, so I think this one will be fairly easy to put on. So you've got the green, which is like a bluey green. I think that this is a duochrome shade. So you've got that one. And then the next shade I'm going to try is another one, another shimmer as well. So I'm going to just test out the other shimmers. This is the kind of like a gold type, so copper gold. And so you've got that. Formula wise, it's different from the other one, and it doesn't swatch too badly either, so it's not bad at all. It's just, unfortunately for me, the transfer, you know, going from the swatch to the application on the eyes. I mean, again, you've got this, but honestly, when you're packing it onto the eyes, it's not as intense. So you've got a light kind of gold one, a peachy gold type. So the swatches aren't bad. They really are not. I mean, let me try some of the mattes. The mattes are actually quite nice. You just need to work with them. They're actually butter soft. Oh, this one is really, really nice. Really, really nice. And I'm just going to swatch another one. Let me try swatch the bright blue one as well. Ooh. But it's a little bit patchy, so again, you'll have to go over it very soft, and as I go over it, I can intensify it, so you have to be super gentle with it, so you can get the color payoff there. So I mean, swatches wise, they're not so bad, but for me, application, not what matters the most is the application on the eyes. They need a bit more work. Personally, I think one of the best palettes that I've ever tried, especially when it comes to the shimmers, is the Sleek 3am palette, which was a limited. It used to be available at Boots and also Pretty Little Thing and other sites, and they've completely sold out. And the only place I could find it fairly recently, because a subscriber or someone asked the question about it, is feelunique.com, where they had a discount on that. So it is a brilliant palette. The shimmers are just absolutely stunning and beautiful. The intensity is there, and they work a lot better than this eyeshadow palette. And even though this eyeshadow palette, you know, going by the title of it is Colour Carnage, I don't necessarily think that it really truly represented the actual title. I don't think it's representative. I mean, to be honest, if you're going to ignore these 4 here, yes, you've got a bit of color, but I really, with the title Colour Carnage, I would have wanted it to be a bit much more intense with the different colors, and just be a full color palette, leaving the browns and so on aside. Now I know that you know you need to have some transition shades, so I'll take that into account. But for me, that whole section here, this part here for these, for me, are just wasting you know, the space in this palette. However, it isn't the worst of the palettes. You can still work with it. It is still workable. I mean, you can see here. But yeah, I'm just, I think for me, it's just because I've got other sleek palettes that I've performed them so much better. And I'm also aware of other palettes in other brands which are also so work really well, aka Makeup Revolution. These ones, what are they? What are they? The Reloaded palette. I find them to be really good. So I think I'm a bit biased in that way. If you had never tried it, I would advise you sleek makeup and eyeshadow palettes. I would advise you to try the 3 AM palette, and also the older palettes as well. They used to have the pigment was really intense, and to give those a try, and also to try the liquid lipsticks, which are just an absolute dream. They are fantastic, and so many dark skin friendly shades in there. They are fantastic, and also even a normal lipstick, so really creamy as well. So give those a try. But for this eyeshadow palette itself here, for me, I'm just going to pass. I can't see myself reaching for this anymore. It literally is going to go to the back and I'm going to forget about it. But that's my personal opinion. If you disagree, you are free to do so. If you want to support the brand, please do so, because obviously it is your choice, your money. You spend it how you like. But for me, giving my honest opinion, it's yeah, I can pass. Thank you for watching. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment if you haven't already. And why not? Why not? You should have stopped halfway through and commented the way that you loved it. Loved it. No, okay, you can do whatever you want. Either way, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and bye everyone.